Des-Martin oxidation is the oxidation of primary alcohols to aldehydes and secondary alcohols to ketones in the presence of Des-Martin periodinone. This is the structure of Des-Martin periodinone, in which you can see this hypervalent iodine. In this video, we'll talk about the mechanism of this reaction. So let's begin. Right, so Des-Martin oxidation oxidizes primary alcohols to aldehydes and secondary alcohols to ketones in the presence of Des-Martin periodinone reagent. This is a very mild oxidation reaction which is carried out at room temperature, usually in chloroform or dichloromethane. Because of its mild nature, primary alcohols are not over-oxidized to carboxylic acid, but the reaction stops at aldehyde, and more importantly, it does not affect other functional groups present in the molecule. So let's see how the mechanism of the reaction goes. So we have this Des-Martin periodinone reagent, in which we have this hypervalent iodine, which has 3 acidoxy groups attached to it. The alcohol that is intended to be oxidized attacks the iodine, which removes one of the acidoxy groups from the reagent. And what we get as a result is this moiety. The acetate group that has been released in the form of an anion abstracts this proton, and so we have a stable molecule again. Now, in this step, the second acetate group abstracts a proton, this proton that is attached to this carbon, and so electrons are shifted between carbon and oxygen. That allows these electrons to be shifted towards iodine, and it also allows the removal of a second acetate group in the form of acetic acid. So you can see that this alcohol has now been converted into a carbonyl group, that is the acetone, and it gets detached from the reagent. Plus, the reagent is now released in this form with one acetate group attached to it, along with the removal of another molecule of acetic acid. So this is how primary and secondary alcohols are oxidized to aldehydes and ketones respectively in the presence of Des-Martin periodinone reagent. Again, as I said earlier, it's a mild oxidizing reagent and a mild oxidation reaction. So the aldehydes are not over-oxidized to carboxylic acid, and secondly, other functional groups are also not affected by this reagent. So this is it about Des-Martin oxidation. Stay tuned for more named organic reactions in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for now.